I'm Carl.
I'm Riley.
This is the Tasting Room, where today we're going to try different bourbons in the Gold Rush. Question for you.
What's that?
Are you familiar with the Gold Rush?
No.
Well, that would be this beverage in front of us right here.
No. Really?
Yes, really.
What's in it?
What is in it? I'm glad you asked. 2 ounces of bourbon, 3/4 ounce of honey syrup, and 3/4 ounce of fresh lemon juice garnished with a lemon peel.
Doesn't sound bad.
It sounds pretty awesome, doesn't it?
I like honey.
I like honey too. I personally have never had a Gold Rush, and obviously you have not either yet. So the reason why we went with Gold Rush today is we're going to try 3 different bourbons and see if we can tell the difference of a low-cost bourbon, a middle, and a high-end, and a cocktail that is bourbon forward. So this cocktail is going to be similar to like a whiskey sour, where bourbon is the major player in it, and everything else just enhances that flavor tone.
But are whiskey sours really whiskey forward?
Well, I guess this cocktail is based off of a whiskey sour.
So it's more of an adaptation.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the sourness is going to play off in a whiskey sour more. But, I mean, in all honesty, though, these are the same ingredients except for honey syrup and then no egg white and no bitters. Same ratios and everything. So
Interesting.
So what we're going to try is, what bourbons do we have today?
We have Larceny,
Okay.
Kentucky Bourbon Straight Whiskey. We have Bulleit Bourbon.
Yep.
And we have Woodford Reserve Double Oaked Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, finished in a second oak barrel.
So we've had, what was the first one again?
Larceny.
Larceny. First time we had that was about 4 years ago in Louisville. It was really good, and it's a really reasonably priced bottle. $25, right?
Something like that.
Right. So it's the same price as Dickel, and obviously this is bourbon Dickel's whiskey, but I'm saying in that price point, and it's a solid bourbon for $25. Mm-hmm. Bulleit, I really like. It makes really good cocktails with it. It's good straight. That runs you about $35, give or take. And the Woodford Reserve Double Oak Barrel cost us $60 today, I believe, correct?
Yeah, and it was on special or something.
That was a special price.
Yeah.
So I think it was normally $65. Are they doing the whole marketing thing? Oh, look at how much money you're saving. So this is the one we chose to go with. I've never had this one by itself. So this is the first time we're trying it.
I don't even know if I've ever had a Woodford Reserve.
Yeah, Woodford Reserve is a good solid bourbon. Just their single one, I think that's about $45. Run of the mill, not run of the mill, but just in that price guide. It's a good solid bourbon.
Yeah, that price point is wasted on me.
Right.
I don't like.
Well, that's the point of this channel, to see if this guy's even worth it. Most people are going to even, what? You guys are putting that in a cocktail, not just straight on the rocks?
That's what I said.
But here at Alchemix, especially in the tasting room, we do the hard work, so you don't have to.
Sure.
Do you see how far her eyes rolled in the back of her head? Okay, so again, on every other video we've done, I made the cocktails in the kitchen while she played games on her phone in the living room.
No, I was straight up napping. I was not playing games.
So I marked these each color-coded, and then on my phone, I have a piece of paper, a coordinate saying what color to the bourbon. Wow, that was a huge brain fart there. So we're going to try them, enjoy them, give you our taste notes on them. She'll try to guess which one is which, and we'll see what we can go from there. So which one are we going to start today with?
I'm so nervous. I don't like bourbon that much. I will prevail over this. I'm gonna start with orange.
Okay.
Not a fan.
So any other notes besides not a fan?
It doesn't blend. I like the honey. I can taste the honey, which is nice. I really like honey. I don't like the whiskey flavor in it. I don't know if it's I don't like the whiskey or I don't like the combination. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, this is gonna be a little different because neither of us have ever had this cocktail. So, when you hear those ingredients, you can kind of guess in your mind what you're looking for. And then sometimes your palate brings something else.
Yeah.
And again, I think this is part of cocktail creation, people using specific liquors in specific cocktails because different bourbons, different gins, they all kind of have, different features that enhance or not enhance, that don't go well with other ingredients.
Right.
So I agree. I don't think this blends as well as it should. You definitely taste honey more than I thought you were going to.
Mm-hmm.
And the whiskey kind of just there at the end. It kind of just is, oh, here I am.
Yeah. And the whiskey is very bitter, but not whiskey bitter.
Yep.
I don't know how else to describe that. It's like I expect a certain amount of bitter from whiskey, but I don't expect it to be. I expect whiskey to be earthy bitter,
Right.
but this is not earthy bitter.
Right.
Hi, cat.
Okay. Let's move on to the red glass, a red sticker.
I like that one much better.
Okay.
That one tastes like those ingredients belong together.
Yep.
And the best features of the bourbon are played off of with the honey. What kind of honey did we use? Because I think
that might play into things. So there is about 17 miles away. There's Galena, Illinois. Chef Evo has a store called Galena Cane and Company. Rest in peace, Chef. It's an amazing store. He makes a lot of different sauces, purees, syrups, and stuff like that. Anyways, this is a natural honey that has an orange blossom note in it.
It's it's orange blossom honey. There's no added flavors. That's just what it is.
Oh, okay. So I don't think that orange blossom is going to play out too much. I mean, I tried the honey syrup before. It definitely tastes different than some of the honey that you get in your local grocery store for
because
sure.
That's mostly high fructose corn syrup with honey flavors added.
Right, exactly. But I definitely think, maybe if the different types of honeys out there also play an effect to the different bourbons it blends with too. Mm-hmm. So I just don't think the orange blossom is going to.
No, but I think depending on the bourbon, it will kind of enhance certain things. And
I agree with that. Yep. But no, definitely this blends a lot better. I think the bourbon, with the first one, the bourbon is kind of there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
With this one, it is more up front, in the middle, and in the end, it kind of goes on a journey, and that honey kind of helps it.
Right. It takes you on a journey on your palate.
Right. The first one is more like separation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Third one, the purple glass.
Okay, bye. Oh. Hello, bourbon. Not in a bad way, though.
Okay.
It's very bourbon forward.
Yep.
But I'm not mad about it.
No. It kind of has this weird caramel flavor at the very end of it.
That's the orange honey. That's the orange blossom honey.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. This is weird that it's not dominant in any other one except for this one.
Mm-hmm.
So how the first one went honey, then bourbon in the taste, this one goes bourbon and then honey in the finish, but still has that bourbon taste at the end also.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you like the best? We already know which one. I'm assuming we both dislike the first orange one the least amount, correct?
We dislike it the most, yes.
Yes.
I think I like the pink glass. Or purple, as
The
you've been
purple?
calling it. That's not purple, that's pink.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if that picked up.
If it did work.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I would not be mad with either of these.
The red or the purple.
The red or the purple.
Pink. It's pink.
Okay, the red or the pink. I wouldn't be mad at either or if someone brought this to me. Because I could definitely taste the bourbon.
Especially after never having had one before.
Right.
If I ordered these cocktails and I got one and I drank it, I would be happy with my experience.
Right. First one, if someone brought that to me, I wouldn't be upset. I'd just be like, okay, I guess it's a cocktail, you know. Because again, there's a lot of cocktails that we try that we've never had before, you know, especially when we go somewhere where the bartender, mixologist created their own, right? We have no idea what to expect.
And we tend to order those more than we do classic cocktails. Right. I guess I view going to a restaurant where there are crafted cocktails. I view that as more of an experience where, I mean, theoretically, we could make a classic cocktail at home. And by we, I obviously mean him.
Hey, you made margaritas the other day.
Okay.
You made the perfect margarita the other day.
Okay, but margaritas are margaritas.
That's not true.
No, but margaritas are easy to make, especially the perfect margarita, because there are only 3 ingredients. And what is that?
I don't know, but it stabbed me. Okay, that was weird. Okay, come on, kitty.
But yeah, I wouldn't be mad. I would order one of these as long as I knew which bourbon I was supposed to be using.
Right, and you
or
would
as long as I trusted the bartender enough to choose the right bourbon.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely a good cocktail for sure. You know, it's nice, light for a bourbon cocktail.
Yeah.
Easy drinking, I think. You know, the sweetness from the honey just rounds out those notes.
Right.
And as long as that honey is sitting there, enhancing.
Right. The alcohol doesn't smack you in the face, and it doesn't do the burn thing that drinking an old fashioned would do. Or
Yep. So price wise, the Larceny again, it's a $25 bottle. So I would assume if you're going to pay that at a restaurant, $6 would probably got the most I would pay. Bulleit, I would be 7 to 8, and then definitely I would. If someone offers the Woodford Reserve Double Oak as a cocktail in a restaurant, $12 probably at least.
Yeah.
At least $12, I would think. But place the bottle behind which bottle or which bourbon you think it is.
Okay.
So hold on. That was place the bottle of the bourbon behind the drink you think each one is.
Okay, so it's important to note that I've had Larceny and I've had Bulleit, and I have not had Woodford Reserve. So I do have an idea of what each one of them tastes like. So I'm gonna get all of these wrong anyway.
Yeah. And you like Bulleit and you like Larceny when it's made in like a whiskey sour
into
or
something.
In a cocktail. So.
And that's honestly why I like Larceny. That's why I bought Larceny the first time.
Yeah.
Because I saw that it was not expensive.
Yep.
And I had it in a whiskey sour in a bar.
Yep. And
it made sense to buy something that you're just going to wreck.
Right.
With extra, like with sour mix and stuff like that. So, or lemons or whatever you use.
Whatever you use.
If you make your own sour mix, whatever.
Yep.
So I think because Larceny is so mild for a bourbon, I'm gonna say it is the red glass.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Bulleit is the orange glass, which we weren't the biggest fan of because if I remember correctly, I don't think Bulleit pairs well with the honey. Like the way I remember Bulleit tasting by itself.
Yeah.
I don't think that the honey and what I remember of bourbon or what I remember of Bulleit would be matchy. And then I think the Woodford Reserve is this last one where the alcohol punches you in the face.
Right.
And I have a very, very, very superficial reason that I believe this. This one's darker than all of the others. And this one's darker than all of the others.
You know, that is something that I kind of wasn't going to mention because I didn't know if that would... If you didn't bring it up, I wasn't going to mention it. But now since you brought it up, I would agree with that too, because it is the darker of the three.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because again, it's the double oak. It's pulling more of
the wood,
the char, and everything out from it. So it's going to be a darker finish. So, Mrs. Taylor, you got them all correct.
Woo! I'm getting better, guys.
Right. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I scared you.
Right. So it kind of makes sense, right? Like, and this is part of drinking and understanding the liquor that you're drinking. This is part of understanding what you're drinking and the characteristics of the different things and what they pair with, what they don't. And this is kind of where we're doing these, but it kind of shows you the evolution of if you're drinking different cocktails, trying different things with it, trying a different spirit, trying a little bit more of this, trying a little bit more of that.
Right. And it's not necessarily how much you pay for the bottle, it's what's inside the bottle that's going to determine whether or not your cocktail is good.
Right.
Yes, the quality counts sometimes, unless you're drinking a Cosmo and Fleischmann's is better. But
if you don't know what we're talking about, check this video out about Cosmos.
But it's still, you have to match the flavors with... You have to match the flavors of your liquor with the flavors of your mixers if you're mixing.
Correct. You know, and at the end of the day, too, there might be people who enjoy this one way more than the other two.
Yeah, because bourbon is such a diverse spirit. It does have... Every bourbon has its own unique characteristics. Every bourbon is made to taste unique.
Right.
As opposed to other liquors where it's supposed to taste like tequila or like vodka. I would put bourbon in the same, or whiskeys. I would put whiskeys in the same class as gin, where there is a lot more room for variation.
There's a wider range of flavor profiles in different types of whiskeys than there are virtually any other spirit out there.
Other than gin. I think gin has the highest range because of all of the botanicals I can go into it. But I think the whiskeys are a close second.
Hopefully, in 3 years, we will know the answer to that question.
Whether there's a wider range?
Yes, I'm basically saying hopefully in 3 years we'll drink a lot and have a more in-depth answer to that.
Oh, I'm just thinking mathematically based on ingredients.
I know.
Like
it was a joke to say. It was a
it.
joke to say that we are going to drink a buttload of liquor in the next several years.
Oh, absolutely, we're going to drink a bunch of liquor, but I don't think it's going to change my mind.
No, I know. Okay, so at the end of the day, they're all three really good. You know, I would prefer these two over that.
In this cocktail. Bulleit makes a great old fashioned. From what I understand.
Yep.
I don't know what a great old fashioned is because I haven't started to like them yet.
I'm excited to try this Woodford Reserve double oak and an old fashioned.
Yeah, I would. Should we just pour it into a snifter?
They're dirty.
Here.
We'll make that in a different video. It's fine. So at the end of the day, this is a really good cocktail. If you've never had it before, it's super easy to make. Honey syrup. Just take 4 ounces of water, 4 ounces of honey, have the water heated up, put the honey in there, stir it up, and then it's dissolved. Then you have 3 easy ingredients to make this cocktail. Super easy, not overcomplicated. Besides that,
and use a nice rounded bourbon or a whiskey. I mean, you can substitute whiskey if you're not a huge fan of bourbon. But yeah, and all in all, Larceny's a great whiskey.
It is.
It's a great bourbon.
It's a great bourbon. You know, if you're just starting out drinking, or even like us, you don't like to have a lot of different liquor at home, you know, because I mean, it is expensive to carry a different lot of liquor at home. I mean, having a Dickel as your whiskey, having Larceny as your bourbon, those are 2 great bottles to have as you're just like, you know what, these are my sippers. These are what I'm just going to have and enjoy on a daily basis.
Yeah, because you've made an old fashioned with Larceny and you didn't hate it.
No, it's good. It's fine. I mean, it works. It does the job. You know. I mean, it's obviously it's nice to have a more expensive bottle, but it hurts your pocketbook. And then when you have to have 4 of them in a night, you realize I just drank like $20.
That's why when we go out and we drink after the 3rd craft beer, I switch to PBR because you can't taste it at that point anyway.
You're crazy. We are going to enjoy drinking these, unlike some of the other videos where I didn't drink any of these afterwards.
We may or may not have left the dirty martinis on the table.
Oh, we sure as hell did leave them.
And we dumped them out.
Sorry for people who think that's alcohol because I ain't drinking. So, anyways.
To be fair. I gotta get the one I like.
Okay. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in, and cheers.
Thank you.